Rolling into Alabama.
That means it's recording.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, we're live.
We're live.
Okay, we're recording. Let me call to order the Town of Waxahachie Grove Special Magistrate hearings for today. Today's Wednesday, October 15, 2014. It's 9:30 a.m. and my name's Bill Downey. I'm the magistrate. Are we going to have testimony?
Yes, this
We
was
will.
that.
So let me swear y'all in, whoever's going to testify. Do you swear the testimony you'll give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And I guess we have no fine or lien certifications.
No, sir.
And first case on the docket, there's just two. The first is case number 2013-350, Town of Waxahachie Groves versus Donald Hope.
Yes, Mr. Magistrate, this was for a violation at 145766 Court, Waxahachie Groves, Florida. Parcel control number is 41-41-43-17-01-80.9-0150. This was for junk, trash, and debris located at this, this was for a building that was pretty much requiring demolition. We requested that the owner demolish the property, and they have done so, so we are requesting to withdraw. They are in compliance, and I am providing you with exhibit number 1, which demonstrates that the structure has been torn down and the debris is in the process of being removed.
Okay. Was this a home or was it
It was.
okay. So anyway, as far as case 2013-350, we're going to dismiss that, right, from the town's perspective.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I wouldn't need to do an order or anything. You're all set on paperwork.
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay. Okay. So next case on the agenda then is case 2014-367, Town of Waxahachie Groves versus Federal National Mortgage Association.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Magistrate. For the record, Beverly 2, Waxahachie Groves Code Enforcement. The parcel control number is 41-41-43-17-01-420-0060 for a property located at 2926 D Road, Waxahachie Groves, Florida. This is a property where there has been identified an accumulation of junk items, debris, garbage, trash, and litter in non-compliance with Waxahachie Groves Unified Land Development Code, Article 45, Property Maintenance, Sections 45-005 and 45-010, as well as Articles 50, Public Nuisances, Sections 50-005 and 50-015, as well as a violation of unpermitted electrical wiring. Reference Code, Waxahachie Groves Unified Land Development Code, Article 5, Administration and Legal Provisions, Section 05-040, Permits Required, Expiration of Permits and Development Orders. Mr. Magistrate, as I get into this particular case, you will find that the case, that the property actually transferred ownership, and I will demonstrate to you the transfer of that ownership. So starting off, just to give you some background on the case, I'm going to provide you with exhibit number 1, which is the affidavit of complaint. The complaint was filed on February 27th, 2014. The property owner and the alleged violator, Jose Villatoro, located at 2926 D Road, Waxahachie Groves. The complaint was for trash and dumping on this particular piece of property. And on March 4th, 2014, Waxahachie Groves Code Enforcement conducted our first inspection and did identify that there was in fact junk, trash, and debris in violation of the Unified Land Development Code. You'll find in exhibit number 1 both the tax collector and property appraiser's confirmation of the property owner at this location.
Okay, before we proceed too far, I can see from the case you have a different owner, and we ought to make sure the service is good before we proceed, since nobody's here for FNMA.
Yes, sir. The notice, the courtesy correction notice was served upon, get the name right, Mr. Villatoro. And if you recall from previous cases, our courtesy or our correction notice is a courtesy notice only. The actual notice of violation was in fact served upon Federal National Mortgage Association.
Okay, and what do you have on that as far as when they were served? Or you have that all as part of your exhibits?
Yes, sir, I do.
Why don't we go through the service exhibits and then we go back to
Okay.
the merits of the violation, alleged violation?
On April 7th, 2014, a correction notice to correct was served upon Mr. Jose D. Villatoro at 2926 D Road. That will be presented in exhibit number 2. We did find, and we were made aware in May of 2014 that there was a title transfer, and I have as part of exhibit number 4, which I can pass to you. I know it's out of sequence, but where you will find that in exhibit number 4, there is a certificate of title, in which property ownership transferred from Mr. Villatoro to Federal National Mortgage Association. It's designated as such in the exhibit with the property appraiser's data as the owner being Federal National Mortgage Association. You will also find in the tax collector's exhibit, and I'm certain that the tax collector's information is not caught up, but in fact the tax collector still does list Mr. Villatoro as the owner.
Okay, yeah, usually the tax collector is behind. And I see also in exhibit 4, there is an affidavit of service.
Yes.
And I see also in there's a certificate of title to
Yes, sir.
FNMA. Okay, was the return receipt received as far as the postage that is certified? I would see it's a P.O. box. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's the notice of violation was received, and that was dated. In August 7th. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then we would have a notice of hearing for the,
Yes, sir. The notice of hearing was provided certified mail to Federal National Mortgage Association, P.O. Box 650043, Dallas, Texas. And the certified mail receipts are attached.
okay, and that is at Exhibit 5. Has there been any response from the new owner?
No, sir. There does appear to be some, which I will present, and after talking to Mr. Elgin, there does appear to be some work on the property, but it's not in complete compliance.
Okay. This was the one, there were some recent photos.
Hot off the press.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like, based upon, and I will admit into evidence exhibits 4 and 5, looks like that there is proper notice to the property owner. So we will proceed with your case.
Thank you, Mr. Magistrate. Moving forward, I'm going to provide you with exhibit number 2,
Okay.
which you have. This is actually the correction notice that was served upon Jose Villatoro on April 7th, 2014. At that time, Again, we found violations upon inspection of Article 50 public nuisances, a copy of which was provided to Mr. Villatora. We, at that point in time, suggested that the violation be, or that the alleged violation be found in compliance by April 30th of 2014 for correction. And in exhibit number 2, I provided you with the pertinent development code sections, as well as certified mill receipts and photographs of the state of the property at that time.
Okay. I will admit exhibit 2.
We also, I'm providing you with exhibit number 3. We re-inspected the property on May 27th of 2014. As you know, as I mentioned, it was, we had requested that it be corrected by April 30th of 2014. Upon that inspection of 5/27/14, the property was still in non-compliance with the Unified Land Development Code. It was also at that point in time we learned that ownership of the property had changed, and that's the point in time in which the new property owner, we found out and ascertained, was Federal National Mortgage Association, and that they were taking possession of the property. And that, the photographs are in exhibit 3.
Okay. I will admit exhibit 3, and also I didn't mention this, but we'll admit exhibit 1, the affidavit of complaint.
I've also provided you with exhibit number 4, which is the notice of violation. Between May and September, after Federal National Mortgage Association assumed property ownership, the property did remain in non-compliance. As I've mentioned previously, the certificate of title is attached, as well as the Palm Beach County property appraiser's data, confirming again that ownership changed to Federal National Mortgage Association. At that point in time, August 7th, 2014, the town of Waxahachie Groves provided Federal National Mortgage Association with the formal notice of violation. We conducted an inspection on August 1st of 2014, in which there are photographs attached to this exhibit which demonstrate that the property remained in non-compliance. And at this point in time, we also identified the fact that there was the unpermitted electrical wiring, and so we requested through this notice that compliance be obtained for both the non-permitted electrical wiring as well as removal of the junk, trash, and debris. And we suggested a correction date of September 5th, 2014. We sent the certified mailing to Federal National Mortgage Association. Those are attached in this exhibit, as well as the affidavit of service.
So there was a house on the property, and it looks like there was it's a trailer or what it is.
I'm going to let Russ testify to you in terms of what is on the site.
There were several trailers that I believe people were living in, and if you can see in the first picture that there's a yellow flexible cord coming out of the electric box in the upper right-hand corner.
Yep.
Okay. That appeared to have been servicing the trailers with power.
Okay, so they were running power from the house to the trailers illegally, no doubt.
Yeah. And since these pictures were taken, the trailers have been removed. And when we get to future exhibits, I'll show you where they've disconnected the wiring and left exposed wiring out.
Okay, so they may have taken care of that, but they didn't obtain a permit to do it, right?
No.
Okay.
Moving forward, since there was no compliance obtained as of September 15th, in which a reinspection was done, we did move forward with a notice of hearing, which is what we're here for today, for the order of violation. Again, served upon Federal National Mortgage Association on September 15th, 2014, and attached to it was the notice of violation, as well as all the other pertinent documentation. You also have in that exhibit, excuse me, the property, or the certified mail receipts, and photographs of the property as of the 15th of September. And then, Mr. Magistrate, I am going to provide you with, and it's not marked, just received it this morning, but exhibit number 6, which are photographs that were taken this morning by Mr. Elgin. Just pass it down to you and mark it. You mark that, please. In which it appears that some clearing and removal of junk, trash, and debris is in process. As Mr. Elgin indicated, it does appear that the electric has been disconnected from the trailers that were on the property from the home, and that there has been removal of those trailers. So, like I say, it does appear that some attempt to clean and clear the property has been made, but it's not found in compliance as of this morning.
I will admit the evidence, the photographs set forth in Exhibit 6 depicting the property as of today's date.
And what the town would recommend is that, that we move forward with an order of violation. We would request that this property be completely cleaned up and found in compliance no later than 30 days from today's date, or a fine imposed.
Yeah, if they're paying attention to it finally, which maybe this all has their attention. Just thinking, usually we would, in the order, we would schedule a fine assessment hearing. We go out 30 days, we're going to be, I guess we'd make there's a November 19 meeting?
Yes, sir.
Would that be when you'd want to do that?
Yes, sir. We would come back, we would take photographs that morning, and if they're still found to be in non-compliance, we would ask for a fine certification.
As far as amount of fine, any recommendation on that?
Well, the town is always going to ask for the maximum fine of, what's it, $250 per day. So we would request $250 per day.
Okay, what I will do, was there anything else to present?
No, sir.
Okay, why don't we, well, let me make a finding here. That based on the evidence presented, I will find that the property owner in case number 2014-367 continues to be in violation of sections 45-005 and 45-010, as well as sections 50-005 and 50-015 of the town code, and also in violation of section 05-040 concerning permits as far as the electrical work. The property owner will be given until November 17, which is a Monday, to comply. If they fail to comply, a fine assessment hearing will be scheduled on November 19 at 9:30 a.m. at this location. In the event of non-compliance, a fine not to exceed $250 per day may be imposed, and we'll look at the appropriate amount of fine at that time, but that would leave it open as far as a determination as to the amount. And the order will also reserve jurisdiction to potentially award the town's costs and expenses at a future date. So, anything else on this one?
No, sir. No, sir.
So nothing else?
No, sir.